Namaste, viewers. Welcome to Jaipur Dialogue USA and Jaipur Dialogue. And today this short take that I'm doing today will be in English because I do a lot of them in Hindi and a lot of you request that I do some English as well. So today is the day for the English part. All right. So bear with me. Uh, for Hindi speaking people, please bear with me. But before I start, please sign up, subscribe, support our channel with all your might because we need your help. Thank you very much for being supporters of this. I wanted to talk to you about something very important in life. The universal truth. I believe, based on my experience and the work that we have done around the world, that having a sports mind is very essential to become successful. And as India is being talked about becoming a superpower, becoming an economic giant, what must happen in India? What must Indians begin to do to ensure that this particular objective, the deserving, the potential, India must achieve? And for that, I believe every Indian needs to develop a sports mind. Look, there are news happening all the time, events happening all the time. But today I want to bring to your attention, a very important thing. Among the universal truths, what is the most common one that we found during our work with various companies that we do? That everybody, without exception, from president, prime minister to the lowest level employee in a company, we all have 24 hours, 7 days a week, and 365 days in a year. That doesn't change. So, what is the sign of the successful person who is a doer? A doer always finds a way to do things. A non-doer always has an excuse and a reason for not to do something. Think about it. A very important thought from my point of view. So the important part here is that what is a sports mind? What is the success factor that determines the success of a sports person? The most valid example that we can take. India is a very strong cricket playing nation. But beyond that, we are a struggling nation when it comes to sports. Because we used to say when I was growing up, I wanted to be a tennis player or a soccer player. But the family statement was what? We know very well. पढ़ोगे लिखोगे बनोगे नवाब खेलोगे कूदोगे बनोगे खराब. Go say this to David Beckham, Virat Kohli, Sachin Tendulkar, Kapil Dev, Sunil Gavaskar, Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Tiger Woods, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Look at those examples of amazing success. These people didn't even go to school full level, didn't complete their education. But each one of them is an example of success. And that's what is important. We have a company, we do some phenomenal work in turnaround strategies. That's what we call installing a performance-based culture in a workplace. So here is the thought. Our experience taught us, because our founder was a professional sportsman. And, so one of the things that we talked about was what makes a successful sportsman? What determines the success of a sport? Who do we call a successful sportsman? In cricket analogy, not all batsmen score 100 in every test. Not all bowler gets a wicket on every ball he sends down the pitch. Likewise, in basketball, not every basket goes into the basket. And in tennis, you don't win all Grand Slams. So on Sunday, we saw a heroic match between Alcaraz and Djokovic. Somebody was playing for the first time in final. The other one was waiting for his 24th championship Grand Slam. Prior to that, in the women's championship, two new ladies played. The one who won was unseeded. And she beat somebody who said later that this was the worst match that she could play. Now let's get back to the issue that I'm trying to drive at. What we found was that a successful sportsman, the definition of a successful sportsman is who delivers consistent winning result. Not always winning, but consistent winning results. You will lose many, you will win some. But what makes up the sportsman? That a successful sportsman is driven by certain values. I got to do it. A successful sportsman is the one who pushes his potential to its final limits. And how does he do that? He is perpetually willing to learn to be better than where he is. He is willing to be coached. He is willing to listen. He is willing to adjust to the ground conditions, the realities, the opponent. Purva Paksh, remember, we often say that in Jaipur dialogues. Purva Paksh, knowing who am I playing against, right? That's very critical. Ground conditions, reality, his injuries, other person's injuries, everything. And during the match, any sports you look at, they always are willing to learn to face the oncoming truth. The bowler, the batsman, the player, whatever it is. Always willing to face the truth and face it straight on. There is no backsliding in there. You face it straight up, straight on. Choose the word as you like. That's what is important, is that you are always willing to become better. You are always willing to learn. You never give up. One match is over, one point is over, you go back to facing the next ball. Have you seen in soccer? The best of strikers who score incredible goals from incredible angles miss a penalty. What do? They don't sit and cry. They don't sit and moan and weep and blame everybody else. They take responsibility for their play. Think about it. That's what is important. So, this is and military is the second element, second item where we have worked with very intensely. Military and sports are two arenas in which the human being does his best. And how does he become the best? He practices. Remember the word practice. He practices all year round to be battle ready, or practices all year round to be participating in a Grand Slam tennis event or a World Cup of cricket, T20, 50 overs, or a 5-day test match. You are always at the nets practicing. That's the key word. They always practice to be better, learning who the opponent will be. You have heard this, as a cricket bowler will say, that he always gets a particular batsman. And then there are batsmen who they can't get out, right? This is what I'm trying to say to you. The point is that the sportsman, why India needs to have a sportsman's mentality, is that get to learn, prepare to learn, be willing to be coached, be willing to adjust, and always do your best in the given circumstances. My reportees, when I'm in my corporate times, whenever somebody told me, my staff told me, "Sir, I did my best," I said, "How did you know that was your best?" Question yourself about it. So when you are doing something, do you think you are doing your best, knowing how good you are at it? Ask this very question. At what percentage of my potential am I operating at? 10%, 15, 20? Are you letting 80% of your potential go down the tube? It is reality. Nobody performs at 100%, so don't get upset about that. But improving your capabilities to deliver, even if you go up by 2 or 3 or 4%, it has a quantum effect on your overall outcomes, on your overall persona. That's what is important about sports mind. You are always willing to face an opponent. You are ready to face an opponent. And you are doing everything that is possible for you to make sure that you don't get beaten. And that's the important point. You play the sports to win. You don't play to lose. Remember that. You do not play to lose. You play to win. Remember that. And when you face your opponent in the tennis court or a football match, 11 versus 11, or cricket 11 versus 11, you are not there to let him have a wicket. You are there to slam the bowler out of the playground to score your century or whatever runs required. And the bowler tries to get you out. So it's a constant battle. That's what is the meaning of being battle ready. Remember, all the things that we are talking about, India becoming a 30 trillion, $10 trillion economy, India becoming economically powerful, militarily powerful, becoming the center of manufacturing in the world, and performance matters. No Indian sportsman has won a medal, no cricketer has scored a century because they thought they will be allowed to make that. There was no reservation. There was no categorization. Oh, the India, a country of 1.4 billion people, unko bhi thoda ek medal de do. No. Nobody gives you anything for charity. You have to go and take it. You have to go and win it. That's what is sports mind. That you are playing to win. You are doing something to do your best. And that's the important part that the sports mind teaches you. And the sports mind covers military as well. They are there to perform their best. They are not there, the military, whether it was a battle of Galwan or anywhere else. You are not letting your opponent kill you just because it's pehle aap. Think about it from that point of view. You have to have a sports mind. Once you have that sports mind, once you have that commitment that I got to do it, that's the time when you break the barriers. That's the time when you break the records. That's how the 3-minute barrier for a mile run was broken, because it can be done. 100-meter dash, now the winner, gold medal or winner, goes 9 seconds to do that. Think about it from these perspectives, how the human endeavor is limitless. The question is, are you ready? Have you developed a sports mind? You can achieve anything, anywhere, provided you are willing to learn, you are willing to be coached, you are willing to be committing the mistakes, you are willing to face the opponent as it comes, and you are determined not to yield, not to give up. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, and support our channel. We bring you what we think is the right thing for you. Thank you very much. Satyamev Jayate.